everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite Dolphin Danny, and I'm here today with a special interview video for my friend Thomas, TJ, friend of mine from YouTube. He wanted to do an interview for his church group. It's Open Arms Fellowship. He started this, to accept, if you're LGBTQ community, to have a place to go if you still believe in God, or if you believe in God, and yeah, you're LGBTQ. Anyways, yeah, I thought it was really awesome. I know him from YouTube and stuff. He has a YouTube channel. Put all his links down below. Definitely check out their Facebook group, especially if you're questioning your religious beliefs and are LGBTQ. And yeah, definitely get into this interview. I don't really touch on a lot of political or religious stuff here. I like to keep this an open, just a fun, creative, goofy space to be whoever we want to be, and yeah, not touch on heavy subjects. But sometimes I know that could dampen your channel. But I'm just here to make a lot of friends and enjoy nerdy things. But sometimes we gotta dive a little deeper. Sometimes we need to, get down to the core of things. And yeah, my religious beliefs, I definitely believe in evolution and science, but I feel like there is something else out there holding everything together, and it ain't water. But anyways, hope everyone's doing great, and yeah, it's a fantastic time. Don't take this to heart. I'm just, on the spot, and yeah, trying to share as much as I can. If I can help other people understand trans or anything like that, especially a religious group, I want to help him and do this. So yeah, that's my reasoning, and yeah, just to try to get more acceptance. Just be who you want to be at the end of the day and believe what you want to believe. That's what the core message is to me, and we all are one, as they say in Transformers. So I hope you enjoy. Stick around for that quick wrap out outro video, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this different type of video, y'all. This is horrible what I've done to my life. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I think it's beautiful. Like, your gaming setup is... I've always been jealous of it.
An interview with Danni Dolphin on transition, transformation, and God. Brought to you by Open Arms Church. Because God is love, dude!
1, 2, 3. Hey, everyone. I'm here with Danni Dolphin, the YouTuber, the Instagram popular star, hero of my life, a friend of mine, and we're going to talk about some issues. Say hi, Danny.
Hey, everyone. How's it going?
Follow Danny on YouTube.
I'm going to flash Danny's channel at the bottom of the screen. You need to check her out. She's going to talk to me a little bit today about something unusual. We're going to talk a little bit about God, religion, and something interesting about Danny that we'll get to in a second. So let's just get into it. You ready?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, all right. So, Danny, you put your transition out on YouTube. Yeah. So you are part of the trans community, and you had the courage to just lay it out there, which in a time a few years ago where not everybody was super friendly to the trans community. So what gave you the courage to do it, and why?
Well, I grew up, always wanting to antagonize people, kind of, as a male, so because I was in that bad spot, you know what I mean?
I almost spit my drink out, sorry. All right.
I know, I enjoy antagonizing people, right? But I was never happy with myself, so once I was happy with myself, it was really easy for me to put myself out there, because I knew it would stir some controversy, but, I like to do that anyways, and now that I was confident with, how I look in the mirror, gave me the courage to just put it out there to see what people thought.
So part of your motivation was you kind of wanted to be like daring and bold and
yeah, I hate to be like that. I'm not Italian or anything, but I do like opera and dramatics. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make it that way. I want that impact at least.
I got you. Okay. All right. Now we probably have a U.S. and a Canadian audience.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., the trans community still hasn't gained the kind of acceptance the gay community has, and there's a lot of issues there. Did you experience some hate in Canada or in general?
Not too much. Never, no one's ever in, online people have said weird things, oh, you sound funny, or something, you have a man chin or something silly, right? It's but,
It's...
But in real life in Canada, no one's ever said anything. I got weird looks more at the beginning of my transition. I'll still get the weird one, what's going on with her? But sometimes they like it too, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
there's never
no.
been anyone in Canada that has ever said anything outright hatred, because like it's just like people, like they're not trying to, they're just, yeah, they accept it, but maybe they don't like it, but they're just kind of have to accept it because they're Canadian, so they got to be polite about it.
No, that's cool. I think you're bold. If you were in the U.S., you'd probably get more hate, and that's unfortunate. We are supposed to be at least somewhat of a Judeo-Christian nation, and I feel like the church has really missed the trans issue on loving and accepting that community in general. And the church has been on the wrong side of things a lot of times, but I'm glad that in Canada you feel loved. Do you get a lot of love from people in the internet community?
Oh yeah. Like the only Instagram I've had, like I can name like the 5 bad comments, and I have 7,000 or so like followers. So it's like there's a lot of people there. No one's hating. On YouTube, I get more of the hate. That's like the ones, social media, that and Twitch, where like people hate because it's just.
I get hate on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta brush your shoulders off, girl.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care. It's you got a tough skin to be trans. Like that's what, if people are always offended, that's when I'm like, you know, like you gotta, if you're trying to be another gender, in a way it is funny. Like if you don't see the levity to the trans thing, like if you take it too serious, I think that's when you start getting all the offended people, you know? Like it's a serious matter.
No, I think what you just said was really powerful. So I heard a couple things. One, it takes courage, and you have to have tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to so part of this video is trying to help people understand the trans community, because you can't be afraid of something you understand. I think people are scared because they don't understand. But was there any kind of moment where you were like, hey, I really feel like I should transition to a woman? And what was that like?
Oh yeah, no, I knew since 3, but at 3 it was like
wow.
People like, yeah, that was 1989. So all the stuff, even my family, what I knew
good year
and stuff was hush bad. You know what I mean? Very bad, right? You just kept it to yourself, you know.
Well, we've come a long way, and I'm glad, and we need to come a little further. But I think you are a light, and I'm just glad you're putting yourself out there on YouTube. Let's talk a little bit about your YouTube. So tell us, what inspired your YouTube and what you're about.
Well, yeah, I've been making videos since I was used a camera to take multiple pictures and put a video together. I used to make skateboard videos when I was 15. And yeah, me and my ex went to film school and stuff together. And, we worked on a real film set. We went on to union shows in Canada, and we always wanted to do our own thing, and everyone looked at me as the leader to do it, but I couldn't do it in my male form, right? So after all my friends and, me and my ex broke up after 8 or 9 years, I went my own way, and I was like, you know what? Now that I'm positive and the real me, I'm going to do everything I said I was going to do, and I'm going to make it work this time, you know?
That's cool. That's cool, Danny. I admire that.
And my channel is goofy, and I do, I'm a little bit more on and silly and have jokes, but, at the end of the day, the channel is just about being yourself and, getting geeky people together and, just being able to be you and put yourself out there, you know?
And I think that's powerful because it disarms people and allows them to be themselves, because in the age of social media, everybody's trying to be this perfect image of themselves, and you kind of drop that a little bit and say, hey, I'm me.
No. No, I show lots of different things. I like imperfections and failures, I'm not scared of that. I always learn once.
Oh, that's good, Danny.
Yeah.
You're speaking truth, man. Woman. Sorry. By the way, so when we were talking, I said the word transgender, and you said the better word is trans community.
No,
is that the best way to describe?
Well, transgenders, some people don't like that because it's not technically a real word, so they want to say trans people. But if you're talking one trans person, then it's transgender, that's fine.
Yeah, that's helpful. One of the things, I know there's a big debate on pronouns, but, I feel as a Christian, my job is to love the trans community, and the only way I know to do that is by being respectful. So I don't want to say things that are disrespectful, even though I don't love the idea of learning tons of pronouns and some of the crazy excesses
Yeah.
that the far left is on, I still want to figure out how to say, hey, listen, I respect you as a person, and if I have to use a certain pronoun or name, that jives with me. Make sense?
Yeah, it's for me too. It's like, yeah, if you're just trying to be one of the other genders that have been around for a long time, you just want to be switched from he to she or whatever. I don't see the big problem in that. It's just like, yeah, when we get into some of the other stuff, like I'm not like, I don't know what to say really about that, because yeah, just, if someone wants to be called like an animal now and stuff, like I just don't know how much delusion I can always buy into.
I'm like a unicorn, Danny.
Yeah, I know.
And I have pony sex at night. No, this is a church channel. I was kidding around about that. All right, so let me ask you another question. What would you say to someone who's thinking about transitioning and they're not sure, they're scared, they're trying to figure it out?
Yeah, I just say therapy and get help, go to support groups, because I think the people that are really, really, really trans, like not that don't want to flip-flop or whatever, they know. So it's just about getting the help, They just need to be guided to get the right, like get on the hormones, or whatever, right? But if you're just
okay, and let me ask you, challenges with the transition, the hormones?
Yeah, there's been like my estrogen crashed once, and yeah, that had some bad effects on my health, because it like made my body kind of go into like a menopause and stuff. Yeah, so that put me out for a few months. I was really sick, but it fixed it up. There is technical things, but it's mostly pretty safe, my therapist says,
So overall, like there's risk, but I'm hearing you say the transition is a little challenging with the hormones.
Yeah,
but overall safe, but takes courage.
Yeah. Overall, it's pretty safe though. It's not. There is a misconception of people thinking it's super, super dangerous. It can be. Some people's bodies don't take to certain things, and that's just how it is,
And those people just probably need to be in communication with their doctors, right?
Yeah, it's mostly. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it is more the doctor's fault, because you can't just like check your blood levels and figure it all out all the time,
Yeah. So just real quick, this question's random. This is not on our. Danny and I talked about this beforehand, but like, so how often do you see doctors, and like how much do they micromanage you or not manage you?
Yeah, my actual psychiatrist, I used to see him every 6 months, and I thought that was kind of strange. Like that's pretty far apart, right? But now that I have a new family doctor, I see her every 2 to 3 months, which I feel more comfortable with, because I do have high anxiety myself, and I do freak out on things like, am I okay? But usually I am.
Me too, Danny. I think all video producers are anxious people. Yeah. That's what makes us good at what we do.
Yeah, because you have to.
But that's a good word. So if you are thinking about transitioning, try to find a doctor that will talk to you and work things out with you.
Yeah, support groups too, do all your research online. Like a lot of people ask me things and I just direct them and tell them, go Google everything you can about being trans. Google everything.
All right, so while we're here, is there a support group you recommend, or if you could say it on air?
But it's not like I said, you can find this, if you Google or search LGBTQ support, you can usually find something in your area.
Yep, and also you can come to our church if you're in the Dothan area, and great plug, shameless plug, but we love the LGBTQ community, and so should the church, in my opinion. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the suicide rate in the trans community, because this made me sad that I've read some stats that people who don't transition and feel like they need to, their suicide rate can be as high as 50%. And even once you transition, there's still a 20-30% margin. What do you think about that, Danny? Do you have any thoughts? Just wanted to pick your brain on that.
Yeah, no, suicide is heavy, but the thing with me is I never wanted to kill myself because I loved life so much. I loved that you could create. I loved everything about life, but I hated who I was. You know what I mean? So it was just that. And I knew if your family was more heavy religious and stuff, I could see why that could really go to suicide, because you might think they may never change their minds. You know what I mean? So
and not accept you.
Yeah, not accept you, and I could see people killing themselves over that. Because if I couldn't live this way, if I thought I could never live this way, I don't know if I would kill myself, but it would be I'd be probably using like, drugs or alcohol or whatever.
Yeah, and let me qualify. Now that we're on a heavy topic, so I was a youth minister for several years before I do what I do now, and I did a lot of funerals for gay kids because the church couldn't accept the way they were built. The way that I believe God created them, unique and special. And they, as an adolescent, like that's very confusing. So I want to encourage people out there that are watching this interview, like, listen, if people reject you, remember there's people that'll love you. There's groups out there, and especially in the trans community, I believe that there's good days ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the community ahead. And Danny's been one of my good friends. Do you feel like we're friends yet, Danny? Are we cool?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. So I got one more question for you because I don't want to make the interview too long. But all right. Well, I already kind of asked you about your YouTube channel, and I'll flash that at the bottom. But let me ask you about your belief in God.
Yeah.
So as a trans community member, where's God with you?
I don't know,
and church.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't go to church or anything, but I do have faith in some things. I've experienced things that are kind of I almost got ran over by a semi once, and something actually yanked me back. So you know what I mean? I can't explain that. And it was the semi touched my face as it drove by. So if it wasn't just yanked back, just
oh my God, Danny.
I would have died, and I felt it. It felt like me getting yanked by a cane off a stage. It was a yank. Someone grabbed my hood, and yeah, I know there's more going on in the universe. I know you guys probably don't want to hear that, but you know what I mean. I feel that there's more guidance than we believe in science and stuff.
Well, some people do. My belief is science is amazing. It's beautiful, but it's changing. It's evolving, and it doesn't have all the answers yet. In fact, most scientists will be honest and say, listen, hey, there's some things we just don't know. Mm-hmm. And really, if an honest scientist say we hardly know what we don't know. Mm-hmm. So that leaves the idea that maybe there is something out there that maybe loves us and is doing something in our lives.
Yeah, I think the thing is in Transformers they even go into it we all are one or whatever. So I think the whole universe and us in it and stuff, we're all one thing at the end of the day, and it's a loving wanting to be positive experience. I think in the world and life. It's supposed to be loving and positive.
I think your correlation with Transformers is brilliant for you, and brilliant in life because we're all trying to transform. I think in some ways. To be a better version of ourselves, as long as there's a good part of us, some people are bad, some people are good, some people are a mix of both, but that good should drive us to be like Transformers.
Yeah, no, you said that something about Transformers. Did you like them because they could change? And I never really thought about it like that, but I did in a way because they had the ability to change themselves. So I was always drawn in extremely to that show when I was 3-4 years old, right?
Come check out Open Arms Church December 27th from 6 to 7 at Dothan Dance Club. See you there.
Hey, thank you for sticking around and watching this video. No, I highly appreciate it. Thanks again to TJ for getting me out of my shell, so to speak, into, treading different waters. I don't mind touching on this stuff once in a while. I'm not going to go heavy onto it into the channel, but if I could help people learn about trans and just living differently and being religious or whatever you believe in, then so be it. Thank you for all my supporters as per usual. Thank you for all the loyal viewers, all the loyal fans on all the social media. You're the pod, not the fans, but I love you all, and I just couldn't do this without you. Couldn't put myself out there, and I just want to help people at the end of the day have a positive channel, have a positive outlook on who you are, and don't be afraid to be yourself no matter who doesn't agree with it. So yes, just make sure you get the help, go to therapy, get everything taken care of, and you'll be on your way to being a true fantastic little darling self. But thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this different type of video. I hope you enjoy, and I just want you all to stay strong, stay safe, stay positive, and this dolphin might even catch you on that flip side, y'all. Bye-bye.